Brought to you by Penguin.
The House of Cross by James Patterson. Read by Wayne Carr, Inga Tudor, William Christopher Stevens, Peter Giles, Zeno Robinson, Christine Lakin, and Andrew Cascino.
Prologue. Potomac, Maryland. Margaret Blevins loved her morning runs. They allowed her time alone, which kept her even-keeled in a beyond hectic life. That mid-December morning, the 52-year-old mother of 3 teenagers followed her normal 3.5-mile route as she ran by headlamp light in the pre-dawn, trying to keep her mind free of thoughts, lost in the delicious feeling of her leg and back muscles warming and firing at the fastest pace in weeks. For a moment, she regretted slipping out to run without informing her security team, but they always slowed her down, were always fussing, and my God, she'd been running this route for more than 14 years, a full 13.5 years before she became a U.S. Supreme Court Justice. Justice Blevins felt good enough to pick up the pace a little, and for the first time in a long while, she felt loose and good doing it. Where's this coming from? Blevins wondered, as she approached the entrance to a trail through Watts Branch Park, off Lloyd Road. She checked her watch and saw she was 3 minutes ahead of her usual time. She glanced up at the sky, already lightening, and felt great, at one with the run. Still, at the trailhead, she slowed and adjusted the beam of her headlamp so she could better see the bridle path that wound off into the trees. Blevins bounced into the park on the balls of her feet, amazed again at how good she felt, and trotted into the dawn thinking that there was a particular beauty to the woods in winter, especially this piece of woods. It was a mix of pine and oak and birch, her favorite. There was a stand of birch trees down by the creek that ran through the park. She realized she was a little early and took a loop that added a few minutes to her run. She could see well enough that she shut off the headlamp, casting the woods in grays and shadows at first. But as Blevins' eyes adjusted, the scene grew lighter, filled with deeper contrasts. The tree trunks against the barest skift of snow on the leaves, the barren crowns against a sky turning rose. As she'd hoped, the first rays of sunshine were hitting those white birches in the creek bottom when she turned off the loop trail. The air was crisp as she puffed her way toward a tight stand of young hemlock trees, growing amid the birches and marking the entrance to a little footbridge that spanned the creek and led to a park bench on the far side. She liked to stretch there before she walked home, part of her cool-down routine. Blevins could see her breath in the chill air and the sparkle of frost on the birches, and she felt as if all were right in the world as she grabbed the handrails and took 2 steps up onto the footbridge. She heard an odd noise, a soft thud coming from that tight group of hemlocks, and felt like the side of her head had been slapped. She felt it most in her ear, hard and painful. She immediately got dizzy and lost her balance. For a moment, she thought she was going to black out and go down, but she held tight to the footbridge railing and did not. After several seconds, the pain in her ear disappeared, the dizziness faded, and her eyes could focus again. She got her balance back and was able to walk the rest of the way across the little bridge to the bench, although she felt nauseated from the effort. But then the wave of nausea passed too. Blevins decided not to stretch and, feeling slightly disoriented, started walking home. She knew the trails by heart, but got puzzled at 2 places where side paths met her route. Once she had them straightened out, however, she found herself thinking more clearly and wondering what had just happened to her. Was that really a noise back there? Or did I just suffer some kind of attack, like Dad? Transient ischemic attacks, that's what Dad's doctor called them. Is that what just happened to me? Aren't I too young?
Sample complete. Ready to continue?